My name is Barbara Britt, and I am a culture strategist. And so, what we're going to talk about today, and as we go forward with these videos, we're going to talk about the culture that you find yourself in, the culture that you are developing and building. Because as a human being in this world, it is incumbent on us to raise the culture and keep raising it on where we find ourselves. And so when I say that culture trumps everything, I really mean everything. Because, if you find yourself in a place that is not allowing you to grow, it's not allowing you to develop, it's not encouraging others to grow and develop, it's not helping all of you combine together and grow, then a lot of people are going to wither and die. Really and truly. But you have that spirit in you that's going to allow you to reach out. So I'm talking about this. Why wait for someone else to tell us what our culture needs to be? Right now we are an example like never before on a culture that deals in violence, discrepancies. We're in a culture that should know not to have problems with the diversity and inclusion, and understand that the diversity and inclusion includes all of us, all of mankind. So that's what we're going to start off with. And today is, like I said, culture trumps everything. And I'll just give you just a little makeshift quote here that we have and that I've heard before. If you know better, then do better. And so that's what this whole program is going to be about, is knowing better, doing better, and sharing it with other people. I want to ask you, we're going to give you a homework assignment before the next video comes out. And my homework assignment is stop, look, and listen. So when I say stop, for maybe 3-4 days, I want you to just stop trying to be that face that everybody wants, or to be what everybody else wants you to be. I want you just to stop. Let a peace come over you. Let you thrive for just a few seconds. Give yourself that rest period. That doesn't mean you don't go to work or that you don't do stuff. But if we're going to actually change the culture, we need to stop, look, and listen. So I want you to stop 3 days. I would love it if you'd give me a work week. But let's go ahead with 3 days if you can't do anything else. Look, what I want you to do is I want you to look around in that business that you find yourself in, that office that you come to, even if you're self-employed like I am and come into an office. I still have to do these things. In fact, it's paramount that I do these things. I need to look around on the people that I am influencing, that I'm listening to. I need to look at them. I need to really see them as a human being that's on a journey, that's trying to grow and develop themselves. So take particular interest in those around you. You know what? Sometimes we all feel a little bit invisible. So I want you to actually sit out there. What makes the people smile? When does the energy come into that office? When does the excitement come in? When does someone feel valued? And just, if you have to write it down, or just make a little checklist off in your mind. When do people in that office thrive? And you can use those same principles in a family, in a church, a community. It does not matter. These principles are about really and truly being a human being. So, listen. The next is I need to really listen. In that environment that you find yourself, there are keys. Listen. What are people saying? Why do some people need to say it in a certain manner? Why do some people sound like they're constantly apologizing just for the breath they take? Why are some people empowered, unfortunately, by maybe putting someone down? Listen. And when you see those positive things, when you see that, kind of mark it down. This is the way that Alice is doing the best in her business. This is the way, because I want to tell you something. Culture and the change and the growth of culture belongs to everyone. And again, it doesn't matter if you're the CEO in the company or you're the person emptying the trash at night. It really doesn't matter. So again, let's step forward in culture. Let's stop, look, and listen. And then I want you to evaluate what you're seeing. I want you for this 3 days to 5 days of a work week to just be. It's not that I don't want you to work, but I want you to be very sensitive to what is really going on. And I want you to see what is bringing that joy, to that office. Because I want to tell you what, when you have that, everything grows. So for 3 to 5 days, just be. Take some notes and really think about it a little bit. What is that culture? When I say that culture is everything, the reason I say that is because if you're in a negative culture, in a business, and we'll say, well, it just affects me at where I work. I'm a different person when I go home. If that culture robs you of this, your joy, your creativity, your focus, and your future, believe me, you're not the same person. When you go home or go out to your community, you're not that same person because you have been battered at work. And what if it didn't have to be that way? Well, it doesn't. So again, stop, look, and listen. Write it down. I don't even really want you to discuss it with anybody. I want you just to be. Because in the next one, we're going to talk about some things that you can do. When we have the right culture, it empowers us. It gets people to want to stay in that business. So again, when I have the right culture, then I'm going to have joy on Monday when I walk in. And I'm going to have that smile on my face. And the people that come into that business, the people that deal, even if it's on the phone, are going to feel the empowerment of that culture. And they're going to want to be there. Now, when you're spending that week on just being, when do you feel comfortable when you go into the hairdresser? Is it a place that you just go, huh? Is it a place that you go, you don't feel comfortable? You feel like that it's not a safe environment, or it's a caustic environment, or it's a negative environment. When I talk about being, I want you to analyze what is going on with what's happening with you. Because when you are in the right culture, again, you're going to find joy, and you're going to take that joy and spread it to someone else. The creativity in you is going to go boundlessly. I mean, the creativity will go, and everybody's creative. Everybody is. You may be that C personality that's the what, why, and how, but that doesn't mean you can't be creative with it. It doesn't mean that you can't be creative on how you even build that balance sheet. So everybody's creative. And when I'm in the right environment, I am more so. And then when I'm around other people that are like me, that are creative, it goes out the door. Focus. When we're in a caustic environment, and I have clients that sometimes find themselves in that caustic environment, and I will say, I want you to center in to what you want to accomplish. Why do you love working there? What's the best thing about it? But I have to help them pull away from that caustic environment so that they can grow and develop. And yes, maybe they'll even have to leave that environment they find themselves into. But what about this? What about if we could change that environment? And you can do it. We can do it one person at a time. So today, this and the rest of the messages are all about you. What part are you going to play in the culture of your business? Because remember this, I'm going to find joy, I will spread it. I'm going to find creativity, and other people are going to join around me, and we're going to build wonderful, beautiful things together. I'm going to start focusing on really and truly what is important. I can get into that business world, my office, and I can be focused. Well, let me ask you this, Mr. CEO or Mrs. CEO, how do you want people to walk into your business? Do you want them to be focused when they come in? You want them to be creative. You want them to be joyful about the time they get to spend together and create. And then you want them to see themselves in that business growing the future. So are you part of that? Is that an environment you see yourself in? Where is your culture? Where are you finding yourself? And what are you willing to do to pick up that mantle of culture and take it forward? What can I do as one person? What can't you do? So this is your first installment, and I will tell you this, the culture of things, and I hope when you get onto that YouTube channel, you see it, write me back. Let me know. Let's team up to bring the culture up, not only just in my state or my town, Fort Walton Beach, Florida, but how about my state, the United States? How about your country, where you find yourself? Why don't we team up to bring up the culture that we find ourselves in? Thank you for joining me again, Barbara Britt, culture strategist, and I hope you've enjoyed this session. Thank you.